The story begins in the small, quiet town of Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, a place known for its thick forests, red earth, and ancient stories people only whispered about at night. For years, locals had spoken of a part of the forest called Aje Grove, a stretch of land where no one farmed, no one built, and even hunters avoided. They said strange lights flickered there at night, and that sometimes, the cries of animals didn't sound like animals at all. But the younger generation didn't believe such tales anymore. Among them were 5 close friends: Tope, Kunal, Deo, Sunkanmi, and Chike. They were all in their late 20s, hustlers who did everything from online business to car trading. To them, life was about money, connections, and making it before 30. Tope was the dreamer of the group, bold, confident, and the one who always had new links. Kunal was the most spiritual, raised by a praying mother who often warned him about his friends. Chike was the outsider, from the east, quiet and loyal. Deo and Sunkanmi were twins, inseparable, always chasing enjoyment. One night, after a few bottles at a bar near Ijebu Road, Tope leaned close to them and whispered something that changed their lives forever. "I get one plug, we go make us blow. Real money. No scam. No stress. But he no be for everybody." They laughed at first, thinking it was one of his usual street jokes. But the seriousness in his tone silenced them. "Na ritual matter," he finally said, his voice low. "But this one no be blood ritual, oh, na just sacrifice an oath. My guy say na pure way, the money go come from one politician, we wn use us cover him side. He go pay us, then we go clean." Deo scoffed. "You don't start again. You wan sell our destiny finish." But when Tope showed them the messages on his phone, the photos of men standing beside flashy cars, holding bundles of cash, with captions like a JETHBWAO, their laughter died. 2 days later, Tope arranged a meeting. It was supposed to be a harmless initiation, something they thought was half traditional, half spiritual, just prayers and an oath of secrecy. The location? Deep inside the Ogun forest, near the boundary between Ijebu and Sagamu. Kunli's mother had warned him days before. "Kunal, I dreamt blood day on your hands. Don't follow them. Something day wait for Yuna in that forest." He promised her he wouldn't go. But friendship and curiosity are stronger than warnings. On the night of July 12th, they gathered all 5 in an old Toyota Sienna that belonged to Chike. They packed palm oil, a white hen, dry gin, and 7 candles, all things the so-called Link had requested. The road became narrower as they entered the forest. The sound of crickets grew louder. No more houses, no more lights. Just the shadows of trees bending under the moonlight. When they finally stopped, a tall man in a red wrapper emerged from the bush. His face was painted white, his eyes red from what looked like cola nut stains. Behind him, 2 men held calabashes that glowed faintly with firelight. "Yuna don come," he said slowly. "But only those whom the spirit choose go return." The words sent chills through Kunli's spine. They were led into a clearing surrounded by strange carvings. A pot of boiling liquid sat in the middle, and the air smelled of iron and blood. Then the chanting began. At first, it sounded like songs. Then it grew darker, louder. The fire burned higher. Kunal said he heard a woman's voice whisper behind him, "Run." He turned, but no one was there. Moments later, the tall man raised his staff and shouted, "The forest must eat before it gives." Tope looked confused. "Wait, wetting you mean?" But before anyone could move, one of the twins, Deo, collapsed. His eyes rolled back. Foam spilled from his mouth. Then came screams, not from one direction, but everywhere. Something invisible moved through the clearing. The candles went out one by one. The air turned cold. Kunal tried to drag Deo, but his body was stiff, heavy, lifeless. When he looked up, he saw shadows, tall, faceless forms, surrounding them. "You were warned," The whisper came again. Run, Cunnel. Please drop a comment for part 2, and don't forget to follow us, like and share. Thank you.